Picture two people doing the exact same thing. Same words, same actions, same effort. One gets respect for it, the other gets ignored or laughed at. Why does this happen every single day? In every workplace, in every family, in every group of friends. It's not the action, it's the name behind the action. The story people have already built in their heads about who that person is before they ever opened their mouth. This is the part of life nobody warns you about. Your reputation is currency, real currency. It walks into rooms before you do. It sits in conversations you will never hear. It quietly shapes how people decide to treat you, listen to you, or push past you. By the time you show up, the decision about you has already been made, and you usually had no idea it was happening. Here's what most people get wrong. They think reputation is something other people give them. It's not. Reputation is something you spend. Every day, every conversation, every reaction. You are either adding to it or burning it. There is no middle space, and most people are spending it carelessly without ever knowing the cost. They spend it on pointless arguments. They spend it begging for approval from people who never cared. They spend it laughing nervously at their own expense. They spend it saying yes when their body screams no. And then they wonder why life keeps treating them like they don't matter. The world isn't being unfair to them. They've been giving their currency away cheaply for years, and now there's nothing left to protect them. Machiavelli wrote a line that most people misunderstand the first time they hear it. He said, "It is safer to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." People hear this and think he is asking you to be cruel. He isn't. He is pointing at something simpler. Love is given for free. Fear has to be earned. And the kind of respect that actually protects your life sits much closer to fear than to love. That is the secret to being feared in the healthy way. Not as a threat, as a person who cannot be played. In this video, you'll learn how to spend your reputation wisely instead of bleeding it on cheap moments. You'll meet the 3 types of people who quietly drain your value in front of others. You'll see why the most feared people in any room are almost never the loudest ones. And you'll get 6 clear rules that make people stop and think twice before they ever try to test you again. Before we go further, drop this in the comments. My name carries weight. Let's start. Chapter 1. Why reputation is the real currency. Money buys things. Reputation buys people. Let that sit for a second. A person with money can pay for help. A person with a strong name gets the help before they even ask. Doors open faster for them. Calls get returned quicker. Strangers treat them with care. Why? Because their name reached the room before their body did. This is the part most people miss. Reputation is not built in big moments. It's built in small ones. The way you keep a tiny promise, the way you handle being insulted in public, the way you speak about people who are not around. All these small moments add up over time. They turn into a story, and that story follows you everywhere you go. Now here's the catch. You don't fully control your reputation. Other people build it for you, but you give them the raw material. Every choice you make is a brick. Every reaction is mortar. So if you keep reacting cheaply, getting upset over small things, complaining, begging for attention, you hand people cheap bricks. Cheap bricks build a weak wall, and a weak wall is easy to push down. Look at the quietly respected people in your own life. Not the famous ones, just the regular ones. The uncle nobody talks back to. The co-worker your boss actually listens to. The friend whose opinion shifts the whole group. What do they all share? They don't waste themselves. They speak less. They move slower. And when they finally say something, people pay attention. Machiavelli had a sharp idea about this. He said people judge more by their eyes than by their hands, because everyone can see but few can feel. In plain words, most people don't truly know you. They watch you, they guess, they build a picture from small clues. So, every small clue you give matters. A loud laugh at the wrong moment, a weak excuse, a complaint nobody asked for. These tiny things stick in people's heads longer than you think. Here is why reputation matters more than money. Money sits still. Reputation works while you sleep. If you build it carefully, it defends you in rooms you've never entered. People speak well of you when you're not there. They give you the benefit of the doubt without thinking about it. They assume the best because the story they heard was good. But the opposite is also true. A weak reputation hurts you in rooms you'll never see. People decide you are not serious before they meet you. They charge you more. They give you less. They invite you last, if at all. So ask yourself something simple. What story is moving through rooms about you right now? Because that story is doing more work for you or against you than almost anything else in your life. And here's the harder question. Are you spending your name on things worth it? Or are you giving it away in places where nobody is really paying attention to who you are? Most people never stop to ask this. They just keep spending. And one day they wake up and realize their name has no value anywhere. That's a bad place to be. But it's also fixable. You just have to start treating your name like money. Not free money, real money. The kind you earn and protect. Chapter 2. The 3 people who steal your reputation. Your name does not lose value on its own. People help speed it up. They watch you closely. They wait for small slips. And they use those slips to make you smaller in front of others. The hardest part? They smile while doing it. You won't always see it coming. Let me show you the 3 main types you'll meet in normal life. Type 1. The quiet competitor. This person looks like a friend. They sit close to you. They ask about your goals. They laugh at your jokes. But behind that smile is a quiet measurement. They track your wins. They notice your losses. The moment you slip, they share it casually with the right people. You'll hear it from someone else later. "Oh, he mentioned you were going through a hard time," said with concern, planted like a seed. The quiet competitor never attacks you straight. That would expose them. Instead, they spread little stories, always soft, always with worry on their face. The result is the same. People start to see you as smaller than you are. The mistake most people make is they tell this person too much. They share their fears, they share their failures, they share their next moves. The quiet competitor stores all of it. Information is a weapon. The less they know, the less they can use against you. Type 2. The mood mirror. This one is different. They don't mean to hurt you. They just reflect whatever you bring. If you act small, they treat you small. If you act unsure, they doubt you. If you complain a lot, they start to pity you. And pity is the slow death of respect. The mood mirror is your average friend, co-worker, or family member. They don't have strong opinions on their own. They take their cue from your behavior. So if you walk into every room low energy, full of complaints, always looking tired, they slowly start to believe that is who you really are. Their belief becomes how they talk to others about you. You teach people how to treat you, not in one big lesson, in hundreds of small ones. Every time you let a small insult slide without a word, every time you over-explain something nobody asked about, every time you laugh nervously when silence would have been stronger, you hand the mood mirror a picture to copy. Type 3. The public tester. This is the worst one. The public tester says something small in front of a group, a joke at your cost, a question you can't answer easily, a comment that makes everyone look at you for a reaction. They are not really curious. They want to see how you handle pressure with witnesses watching. This is a reputation test, and most people fail it. They get defensive. They explain too much. they get angry too fast. Or worse, they laugh it off weakly in a way that says, "Yes, you can keep doing this to me." The public tester is studying one thing only. Can you be moved? Does your face change? Does your voice shake? Because the answer to those questions tells them, and everyone watching, exactly where you sit in the room. Machiavelli once said that whoever deceives will always find someone willing to be deceived. Put that into real life. Whoever tests will always find someone willing to fail the test. That's why the public tester keeps doing it. They've found targets who keep reacting the way they want. Here's what most people miss. You can't fully avoid these three people. They exist in every workplace, every family, every friend group. But you can stop feeding them. The quiet competitor needs your secrets. Stop sharing them. The mood mirror needs your low energy. Stop bringing it into the room. The public tester needs your reaction. Stop giving it. Cut the supply. Watch what happens. There is something else worth knowing here. Once these people realize they can't pull anything out of you, they move on. They look for easier targets. That's how these personalities work. They follow energy. If you stop being a source, you stop being interesting to them. Some will even pretend they were never trying anything. That's normal. Just let them drift. Drop this in the comments if this part hit you. I stopped feeding them today. Chapter 3. Why feared people are never loud. There is a big misunderstanding about being feared. Most people think it means being aggressive, cold, always angry, ready to fight. That's actually the weak version. Aggressive people are easy to manage. You can predict them. You can avoid them. You can wait for them to get tired and then go around them. Real fear, the kind that builds respect, comes from something else. It comes from being unreadable. Think about it. What's more unsettling? A person yelling at you, or a person who goes quiet, looks at you for a second, and then changes the subject. The first one is just venting. The second one is thinking. And you don't know what they are thinking. That's the part that gets under people's skin. This is the piece of Machiavelli's idea that most people skip over. He never said be cruel for no reason. He said be the kind of person whose next move cannot be guessed. Because predictable people are weak. Predictable people get tested. Predictable people get used. The moment people can't read you, they slow down around you. They pick their words more carefully. They double-check before they cross a line. So how do you become unreadable in normal life? It's simpler than people think. First, your face stops showing what your mouth should say. Most people give themselves away through their face. Eyebrows jump, lips tighten, eyes go wide. By the time they speak, the other person already knows what they feel. That's a power leak. The disciplined person keeps their face calm, even when their mind isn't. Not frozen, not rude, just calm. The other person has to guess, and guessing puts pressure on them, not on you. Second, your replies get shorter. When you over-explain, you sound nervous. When you give long answers to small questions, you look like you're trying to prove something. Short replies send a clear message. They say, I don't need your approval to feel fine about myself. That single message changes everything. People stop pushing. They stop fishing for reactions. They start treating you like someone whose time isn't free. Third, your timing slows down. Loud people react fast. They jump on every comment. They feel like they must defend, explain, or correct right away. Feared people pause. They take a breath. They let silence sit in the room for a second. That pause feels uncomfortable for the other person, never for you. Because in that pause, the weight of the conversation shifts. Now they are waiting for you, not the other way around. You don't need to threaten anyone. You don't need to act tough. You just need to stop performing. Most people perform every day, all day. They perform happiness. They perform friendliness. They perform with confidence. And inside all that performing, they leak energy everywhere. The feared person stops performing and starts just existing, just being there, watching, listening, saying less than expected, and that alone changes the temperature of every room they walk into. Machiavelli also said something useful here. He said, "Whoever wishes to be obeyed must know how to command, but commands don't come from volume, they come from certainty. And certainty looks calm from the outside. It looks like a person who isn't trying to convince anyone of anything. They already know who they are. Other people feel that, and they adjust." Here's another quiet power most people miss. Feared people get more truth from others. People hide things from loud, reactive personalities because they're scared of the explosion. But around a calm, unreadable person, people overshare. They want to fill the silence. They want to win approval. They end up giving away information they shouldn't. That's another silent advantage. You don't have to ask. They tell anyway. There's one more thing nobody talks about. Being unreadable does not mean being cold. Cold people push everyone away. That creates loneliness, not respect. The real goal is warmth without weakness. You can be kind, you can be friendly, you can laugh, but there is a line nobody can cross. And the only way they know that line exists is because once, just once, they tried it and met a wall they didn't expect. That wall is the foundation of being feared in a healthy way. Not feared like a danger, feared like a person who cannot be played. That's the version that builds real respect. That's the version that lasts. And here is a small reminder before we move on. You don't earn this in one day. It takes practice. Every conversation is a chance to practice. Every test is a chance to practice. Slowly, your default changes. People around you start to feel the shift before they can explain it. Chapter 4. The 6 rules to make them think twice. Knowing this is not enough. You need rules. Rules turn ideas into habits. So here are 6 simple ones. Practice them, and people will start treating you differently in a few weeks. Not because you forced it, because you changed how you spend your name. Rule 1. Stop explaining when you don't have to. Every time you over-explain, you give power away. A short no is a complete answer. A simple, "I'm not available," needs no follow-up. People who feel the need to justify every choice look unsure of themselves. Stop justifying. State your position once. Move on. Watch how fast people stop questioning you. Most people explain too much because they're scared of being misunderstood. But here's the truth. People who want to misunderstand you will. People who respect you don't need a long story. Save your words. Rule 2. Keep your plans hidden until they're real. When you talk about your goals to everyone, 2 bad things happen. First, you give the quiet competitor information they can use. Second, you lose energy. The mind treats talking about a goal like progress on a goal, so you feel done before you even start. Talk less, do more, show results instead of promises. People are forced to respect what they can see, not what they were told to expect. This rule alone has changed lives. Try it for 30 days. Keep your next big move quiet. Don't post it. Don't share it at dinner. Just do it. When the result shows up, people will see it. And the impact will be 10 times stronger than if you had been talking about it for weeks. Rule 3. Stop joking about your own weaknesses. Self-mocking humor sounds humble. It's actually expensive. Every joke you make about your own flaw becomes a permission slip for others to make the same joke later. Keep 1 or 2 soft self-jokes if you want, but never let your weak spots become group entertainment. Once people laugh at you with your permission, they start laughing at you without it. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make in casual settings. They think being the joke makes them likable. It doesn't. It makes them easy. There's a difference between being humble and being a target. Humble is internal. Easy is public. Stay internal. Rule 4. Choose silence over correction in small moments. Somebody got a small detail wrong about you. A coworker repeated something inaccurate. A family member misunderstood something. Ask yourself one question. Will fixing this right now cost me more energy than it's worth? Most of the time, the honest answer is yes. Let small wrong things stay wrong. Save your voice for things that actually shape your life. Correcting every tiny thing makes you look small and bothered. Selective correction makes you look serious. People learn that when you do speak up, it matters, and that's a quiet form of authority. Rule 5. Make your praise expensive. A lot of people give compliments like free samples. They cheer for everyone. They praise everything. Over time, their words mean nothing. When you become careful with your praise, when you only acknowledge real effort, real skill, real wins, your words gain weight. People start chasing your approval instead of expecting it. That shift is huge. Your compliments become something people work for, and the people who get your praise feel it more deeply because they know it wasn't given out by default. This is how you become someone whose opinion others actually want. Rule 6. Disappear when you would normally fight. This is the strongest one. When somebody crosses a line, the average person fights, argues, sends long texts, and demands an apology. The disciplined person disappears for a while. No drama. No big announcement. Just less availability. Slow replies. Short answers. Quiet space. Disappearing is loud. Silence after disrespect is the clearest message a person can send. It says, "You assumed access to me. You were wrong." Most people can't handle that silence. They reach out. They try to fix it. They reset their behavior. Because being ignored by someone they thought they could control is the one outcome they didn't prepare for. Machiavelli wrote that people forget the loss of a parent faster than the loss of what they own. The point is sharp. People care less about your feelings than about losing access to you. So, when access disappears, suddenly your value goes up. These 6 rules are not just theory, they are habits. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick Rule 1, live with it for 7 days. See how people start to shift around you. Then add Rule 2. Then Rule 3. Stack them slowly. In 2 months, you will be a different person to everyone in your life. Not because you changed your face or your voice, because you changed how you spend your name. You will start to feel it before others say it. Your name will become real currency. Saved, protected, spent only when the return is worth more than the cost. Drop this in the comments before we close. I spend my name wisely. Let's bring this back to where we started. Reputation is not what you say about yourself. It's what stays in the room after you walk out. And every single day, you are either adding to it or spending it without thinking. Most people spend it on things that don't matter. Pointless fights, empty conversations, showing off to people who don't really care about them, reacting to tests they should have ignored. And then they wonder why they are not taken seriously. But now you see it differently. You know reputation is currency. You know who quietly steals it from you. You know why feared people stay calm. And you have 6 rules to start protecting your name today. Here's what changes when you live this way. People stop testing you. Strangers treat you with more care. Family members watch their tone around you. Co-workers stop interrupting you. The room shifts when you walk in. Not because you became aggressive, because you became unreadable. And unreadable people get remembered. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain yourself to people who already made up their mind about you before they ever met you. You just need to stop spending your name on cheap moments. Save it, guard it, spend it only when it pays you back.